From making the MCU deaths less impactful to relying on crossovers and cameos time and again, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has quite a lot of problems with the multiverse that it needs to fix. As you already know, Phase 5's all set in motion for the franchise, but has Marvel lost all its charm after the Infinity Saga, or is the multiverse just too much for Feige to handle? Considering the reception Phase 4 received, I think it'd be fair to assume that fans are overwhelmed by the back-to-back Marvel content. I mean, I'm not complaining. Sure, it's been a fun ride, but it was also pretty rushed if you ask me. And of course, because so much came out in such little time, there's been quite a lot of loopholes that fans have started to notice. I know, the COVID-19 pandemic is to blame for most of the off-balance scheduling, but some of these films and TV shows have been in development for years, so it doesn't make much sense to me how we're dealing with all these problems in the first place, because like the multiverse has already become a part of shows like Loki and What If, as well as Doctor Strange and Spider-Man No Way Home. But with all of this, it got me thinking, the MCU could do so much better.
Great, it's just some random guy.
Hello. I hope it's okay. I just came through this,
For starters, it needs to make other universes matter. Now, the thing is, the whole point of having the multiverse is the fact that Marvel can now play with different storylines and characters, and see how a certain franchise would turn out to be if things went differently. However, the production company's not given itself enough time to explore any of the other universes. I mean, the best way it could do that was through What If. The Disney Plus show had entire episodes dedicated to new universes that mirrored the main MCU timeline's characters and events. But with all of the distinct key differences, like Captain Carter and T'Challa becoming Star-Lord, not every episode made the audience care enough about all these alternate universes. Was it because it was entirely animated and that people now prefer live-action stuff more? Or was it because it was executed badly? Whatever's the case, Marvel needs to step up and make sure people care about these multiverse stories if it's gonna go ahead with its alleged 80-year-old plan. Right now, the MCU's gaining momentum for Avengers Secret Wars, and for fans to truly understand the multiversal events, Kevin and his team need to figure out a way to make sure all these other timelines matter just as much as the main Earth 616 universe. Of course, the MCU could take some shortcuts down the road and lean on other movie franchises like the X-Men to build a foundation for the different universes, but it won't totally fix the multiverse problem. Plus, there's still the fact that Marvel's too focused on all the cameos and crossovers now, so it's just too saturated at this point. Okay, sure, there was not a single dry eye in theaters when No Way Home premiered, and we finally saw Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield again.
Wait, so you're Spider-Man too? Why didn't you just say that?
I generally don't go around advertising it.
But setting aside the nostalgia of it all, don't you think Marvel's now overusing the cameos? I mean, what happened to story building? Why are we even using the multiverse as a scapegoat to bring in major Marvel cameos in the first place? Even Doctor Strange brought back some fan favorites, like Patrick Stewart's Professor X and Haley Atwell's Captain Carter to the mix. And sure, while most of these crossovers were pretty effective as plot devices, but it honestly was way too much. Even for fan service and nostalgia. However, with Deadpool 3, I think the MCU could redeem itself very soon. Having Wade Wilson and Wolverine team up to take the center stage is a fantastic way to show that all of these other characters that exist in the same multiverse have more value than just being a bunch of side characters for a momentary endorphin rush. Because let's be honest, not only has the multiverse lost us with all these new variants, it's also made the MCU deaths less impactful. The only reason why Tony Stark's death in Avengers Endgame really did a number on fans was because Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man was the only one we knew. And back then, since the multiverse hadn't been explored yet, we knew that we wouldn't ever see this guy alongside the Avengers again, and so it made his death much, much sadder than it already was.
You won, Mr. Stark. You won. You did it, sir. You did it.
However, this is where the multiverse complicates things a bit. Sure, Tony's death was sad and all, but it had a sense of finality to it. Although, with these other deaths, I don't think anyone would ever take them seriously, considering how another variant of them could just pop up out of nowhere. I mean, Gamora's already back, and because of this, killing anyone in any timeline has become way less significant. This also means that if there's a possible death in the upcoming Guardians 3, then it probably won't matter as much, since the character could always just come back from another universe. Unfortunately for Marvel though, they can't exactly avoid this now. However, they can stand firm in their stance of not reviving Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or ScarJo's Black Widow, cause bringing them back would just defeat the purpose of having such tearjerker farewells. Although, I guess that should be the least of my concerns for now, considering the glaring issue of the villain of the multiverse saga. So far, you guys have already seen He Who Remains in Loki and Kong the Conqueror in Quantumania. The Ant-Man film, however, introduced more than just the new villain. It also introduced the Council of Kongs and a few other notable variants that will definitely be fun to see, sure, but I'm not sure if it's the right way to do things. Okay, I admit, I'm kinda excited to see Jonathan Majors deliver all these different performances within the same role, but as of now, it feels like Phase 5's main villain isn't just some big bad guy who's out to destroy the multiverse. Right now, Kong feels more like an idea rather than a practical threat, and if Marvel's setting up a new replacement for Thanos, it needs to stop killing the existing versions of Kong, as it's done already, and start focusing on establishing a version of him that the Avengers will eventually face.
Well, just wait till you meet my variants.
Speaking of, the Avengers are another multiverse problem right now. While Phase 4 built up a post-Thanos world, it's still kinda worrying to think that how the Earth's mightiest heroes will now come together, considering the fact we've got so many Earths now. I mean, in Doctor Strange, Monica Rambeau had taken over as Captain Marvel on Earth 58163. So does this mean that the Avengers could just about be anyone at this point? What about characters from the shows not made by Marvel? Do we consider them canon too?
Right, I'm gonna sneak in through the side and take out the goons in the back. Take me 15 seconds to take out each one, so you just wait here until I've gotten all 10.
Sure, we've already seen Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio from Daredevil and Phase 4 Spider-Man No Way Home and She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. But there's not enough information to confirm if those versions of the characters as the same from their independent Netflix show.
Kinda. It's, I basically have really good hearing. Or at least, I did.
Wait.
It also makes me wonder whether Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. could have a tie-in with the multiverse too. Like, there are already plenty of rumors that Chloe Bennett and Christian Ritter might be returning soon. So maybe, just maybe, Marvel Studios is finally branching out and taking advantage of the multiverse. And who knows, maybe they might even get it right this time. There you have it. That's all for the MCU problems that Phase 5 should hopefully be able to fix.